I want to say I don't normally interrupt my programming for the global news segment. I only speak when I believe a cultural moment deserves deeper reflection. Tonight, while watching the UFC event held in front of the White House, I witnessed something that left me with more questions than answers. One of the biggest stories surrounding the event was that Derrick Lewis wasn't originally scheduled to compete. Reports indicated that after President Trump asked Dana White why the Black Beast wasn't on the card, the UFC quickly made the fight happen. Then the fight happened. Now, let me make this clear. I am not making accusation. I do not have evidence that anything improper occurred. But I do believe the public has the right to ask questions when something feels inconsistent, yes, with what they have historically observed. I've watched Derrick Lewis fight before. His style, his explosiveness, his movement, his timing. Now, those qualities have made him one of the most dangerous heavyweight in the sport. But tonight, to my eyes, he appeared different, slower, less aggressive, less like the Derrick Lewis many fans recognize him as. Could there be perfectly reasonable explanation? Absolutely. Athletes have good nights and bad nights. Age, preparation, injury, strategy, and countless variables can affect performance. But I also think it's healthy for society to ask questions rather than blindly accept every narrative presented to us. The second moment that caught my attention happened after the fight. Oh my God. The winner took the microphone on national television and proceeded to insult another man's mother while also making comments about former First Lady Michelle Obama, repeating claims that have circulated online for years without any credible evidence. What struck me wasn't simply the insult. It was these remarks that came right after he himself claim himself as someone representing, Jesus Christ. Everything I do, Jesus Christ, right? As someone who studied culture, I have to ask, when did representing Christ become something that connected with public humiliation to people? Whether you're Christian or not, most would associate the teaching of Jesus with humility, forgiveness, restraint, and love, not personal attack for entertainment. Again, this isn't about politics. This is about culture. What kind of character are we rewarding? What kind of behavior receive the loudest applause? And what message does that send to the next generation watching? So, tonight I'm leaving you with questions rather than conclusion. Did Derrick Lewis simply have an off night, or did his performance seem noticeably different to you? Should we always accept the official narrative, or is healthy skepticism part of being an informed citizen? And can someone genuinely claim to represent Christ while publicly insulting others for entertainment? Have we reached a point where spectacle has become more valuable than character? And finally, are we consuming sports, or are we witnessing culture theater that shapes how millions think and behave? YoniWorld TV has never been about telling you what to think. It's about encouraging you to think. This is why YoniWorld TV Global News exists. Not to tell you what to believe, not to convince you of a conspiracy, and certainly not to divide people. It exists to remind you that one of the greatest gifts God gave humanity is discernment. In a world where everyone is rushing to conclusion, I challenge you to slow down and observe. Pay attention to what is being celebrated. Pay attention to what is ignored. Pay attention to what questions are never asked. Sometimes the most important story isn't who won or who lost. It's what the event revealed about culture we're creating together. So tonight, I leave you with this. Keep your heart open, keep your mind sharp, question with wisdom, seek truth with humility, and never surrender your ability to think for yourself. I'm Angeline Celestin, known as Miss Yoni Gatekeeper, and this has been YoniWorld TV Global News, where we don't just report what happened, we explore what it means. Until next time, protect your peace, protect your discernment, and remember, the most powerful person in any society is not the one who controls the microphone, but the one who can still think independently after hearing it. Good night and be well.